Okay, still trying to solve this puzzle. I think I'm close. It's really just... I don't know where to put this. Maybe that goes there. Actually, I think that goes there. Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many spaces are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that the birds have to line up. Nope. If the birds line up, they don't go there. Okay, maybe I was wrong about this. And it's more like that. It goes at the end.
That's it!
Oh.
Now if I only knew what it meant. It's still sealed. Oops.
Nancy.
It's too dark. I need to find something to light the way.
We have a
Wow.
flashlight.
What are you doing?
I think we found the tomb.
I've got to see this myself.
Brilliant!
Who is that?
New people just showing up.
Magnificent.
What is this? Look at the hieroglyphs. There is something very important here.
It's the curse.
Everyone get out of here.
Oh, if I can just get this light to turn back on.
Now!
Yikes. Let's call John and tell him.
Hi.
Oh, never mind.
I better get going.
Talk to you later.
Let's talk to Lily.
Hi.
Do you think this really is Nefertari's tomb?
I really hope so.
Why isn't she in the tomb in the Valley of the Queens?
There could be a lot of reasons. The worst case is grave robbers, but we really don't think that's the case.
Why not?
Because her valuables were found, but her body wasn't. Doesn't make sense. We think she was hidden. Ramses II was known to be very protective, and he was very concerned about the afterlife. It's possible Ramses built a false tomb to make sure she'd be undisturbed. There are many stories of his love for her, but we don't know how true they are.
If he went through so much trouble, don't you feel strange about disturbing her tomb?
No. Someone will do it eventually. If we get there first, she'll be treated with respect, and she'll truly get to live on forever. If someone else finds her, she'll go to the highest bidder.
If you're so interested in Nefertari, why aren't you below?
Promise you won't make fun of me?
Sure.
I'm a woman of science, okay? But the curse thing rattled me. I need to do research now anyway. I'd prefer to do it where nothing will fall on me, and maybe get a little FaceTime with a certain British someone.
I'll catch you later.
Bye.
So Lily thinks there's a curse because the expedition that went missing 60 years ago supposedly found this tomb and then was cursed, and they were never heard from again.
Hello.
Not to be rude, but who are you? Why are you here?
I could ask the same of you, but I won't. I'm Dylan Carter, to answer the question you didn't ask, but probably meant to.
I'm Nancy Drew.
Brilliant! Well, good chat. Mustn't keep you from your duties.
Why are you hanging out here outside instead of going into the tomb?
Why aren't you hanging out outside?
I'm a little busy right now.
When you come to your senses, I'll still be here. You know why England tried to take over the world?
Boredom?
Because we've got everything you need. Except for the sun. You know why we stopped trying to take over the world?
Because everyone else got sick of it?
That they did.
Is the real reason you're hanging out here because you're not cleared to actually go into the site?
I was hoping we'd be able to get over that little bump in the road before that cat got out.
Do you really think this is Nefertari's tomb?
It better be, otherwise I'm very lost.
What does that mean?
She's why I'm here. As a tour guide, I love the sites that tell a story. And Ramses I and Nefertari have the making of a classic love story, if we can find her here.
You mean Ramses the Second, right?
I do? I mean, yes, I do. Of course. Strange life being a king. You get everything but your own name.
So he's supposedly a tour guide, but he doesn't even know the difference between Ramses the First and Ramses the Second.
What do you do exactly?
As a tour guide, I show the world to those who want to see it. It's the best job on the planet, next to lion tamer or astronaut.
Where do you give tours?
All throughout Egypt.
That sounds like a fantastic job, but why aren't you leading a tour now?
It's getting very competitive these days. I need every advantage I can get. Well, that's why I'm here. To be perfectly on the level, I have to be.
Since you're a tour guide, can you give me any information about Egypt I might need to know?
Sure, here.
More glyphs? More help on the... Okay.
Why are you so sure the public would want to tour this site?
Surely you've heard of the curse.
I have. Do you believe in it?
Of course I do.
But since you're here, you must not be worried about being cursed yourself.
I've been gloriously unlucky my whole life. I don't think a curse could make things much worse.
What do you think of Abdullah?
He's got quite the ego, but I'm sure he deserves it.
What makes you say that?
If he didn't, no one would put up with him. History's great pioneers always tend to be a bit prickly. Sure, he's a tyrant, but he's supposed to be the best in his field.
Do you think he is?
Who knows if it's true? He's either the best or the guy who says, "I'm the best, the loudest." Unfortunately, either one of those two things works equally well. You know, he's just on the edge.
What do you mean?
He's close to being known the world over. He must have gotten a glimpse of what that would be like. I wonder what he'd do to make it over that last hurdle.
Bye.
Hurry back now.
Okay, so he's supposedly... Or we've met Dylan Carter, a supposed tour guide that just showed up. Now let's go and meet... Let's grab some lamp oil, and then let's go and meet the other person that just showed up, which I think she's back here. Yeah.
The sandstorm did not scare you away?
It'll take more than a little sandstorm to get me to leave.
Shh! Do not tempt the Anunnaki.
The what?
I should not have even spoken their name. Disregard that. I didn't mean to say Anunnaki. Oh, blast! I said it again, didn't I? I'm Jamila, by the way, but if anyone asks, you haven't seen me.
Why are you here?
Well, I can't exactly be there, now can I? That would make no sense.
Are you worried about the curse?
Who could be worried about a curse at a time like this?
A time like what?
The makers. The original architects. They're watching.
Who are you talking about?
Nancy, they can't hear you. You do not have to pretend.
I'm not pretending. What are you talking about?
How could you not know? This is the cradle of civilization.
Right?
Here we were born, and like all infants, this is where we were taught.
Taught what?
To be human. We didn't just figure that out. But for millennia we lived in caves, terrified of the very earth, of fire and wind and lightning. We cowered and dug down into the earth. But one thing of all humans, we are curious. One night, our ancestors saw the sky catch fire, and the brave ones left their caves and walked into the light. And there they met the teachers.
I don't follow.
They brought us to the next level of consciousness, and in return we built them the pyramids.
I'm not so sure I agree with you on this one. If aliens built the pyramids, why were human leaders buried inside?
They were not just rulers on Earth. They were the chosen, the favorite of the Anunnaki.
If we built the pyramids with the aliens, why did they all just leave?
Oh, they didn't leave. They're all around us. Do you want me to call them?
No.
Oh, well, that's a shame. They're an amazing sight. They're slender and tall, and they have the most gorgeous, glowing, luminescent fangs.
Okay.
When did you become so interested in aliens?
Sunny June. I took his Are You Alien or Ali Out course. Changed my life. Did you know that aliens were there at every major human milestone, with the exception of the moon landing?
All right, I'll bite. Why?
Because it was a rude thing to do, and they wanted no part of it.
Seems like I need to look at that brochure again.
Who is Sunny June?
About aliens.
I've seen his name everywhere, but we've never met.
I can't explain it all to you, not now. He's special. He's met them.
Met whom?
You don't make this easy, do you?
To be fair, neither do you.
True. The Anunnaki. He's spoken to them. He knows that they're on their way.
I'm still not a believer.
But look around! This temple is proof. There is no way all of this could have been built without their help.
All those things seem like human accomplishments to me.
As they were designed to look. But I had hoped that you could see the strings, and not just the puppet.
What do you think of Abdullah?
Not much. He talks always like there is an audience near. But what audience would listen to such a tedious man? I say let him think he's in charge if it makes him happy.
You don't think he should be in charge?
I don't think he's capable of being in charge. He doesn't even believe in the Anunnaki.
What do you think of Dylan?
The tour guide.
Yeah,
Did I have to have an opinion of him?
I guess not.
Oh, good. That's a relief.
I'd better get going.
Until later.
Okay, I don't really want to talk to Dilla,
Yes?
but I guess I'm going to.
What do you think of Jamila?
What is to think? She believes aliens built the pyramids. She is a waste of my time.
So I take it you don't believe in aliens?
Let me stop you there.
Normally when people say that, they have more to say.
I do not. If you do not have enough faith in humans to believe that we invented pushing, dragging, and lifting without the help of aliens, you are terminally wrong and incredibly stupid. We will never agree on anything.
Are you okay with her staying here?
No. Get out of my sight!
You do not own this temple!
Leave now, or I will remove you myself!
I'd like to see you try.
She sure seems determined to stay.
Okay, is there anything we can look at over here?
My dictionary could help translate that.
We can...
What am I missing here?
O living ones, who art thou that hast come? Thy heart is covetous, hearken ye. Ye shall not remove the tombstone from its place forever. Do not rob, but act against the robber, without allowing any people to tread upon this holy ground. Then you will hear this secret. And we
I
have
need to translate the hieroglyphs.
Translate this part. You know, this is the blank of Nefertari.
Nefertari! Could this be true?
Okay, this is the tomb of Nefertari. I think we should call John. I think it will let me call John now. I feel like that's pretty big news.
Hi, Nancy.
A tour guide just appeared out of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah, really. He showed up when we found the tomb.
You're 100 kilometers outside of Cairo. That's too far afield to have a wacky next-door neighbor.
Huh?
Sorry. I'm not used to watching this much television. It's doing strange things to my brain. Whatever he says, he didn't just drop in. He must be up to something.
Are you familiar with the Anunnaki?
Oh, please, not you too.
No, Jamila. She's got a lot to say on the topic.
Good. I'm not saying there isn't alien life, but why insist that aliens built the pyramids? Humans have made a mess of so many things. Just let us keep that check mark in the victory column.
I'd better get going.
Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to Bess, and then I'm gonna try to go back into the tomb if I can charge the flashlight.
Nancy, hi.
We found the tomb.
Way to go.
But when I opened it, 2 strangers showed up.
Really? Aren't you in the middle of nowhere?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe they were just out for a walk. In the desert. Nope, doesn't work out. Nancy, what the craziness is happening out there?
No clue. It's like I'm the only one here who doesn't know what's really going on. I don't like that feeling.
You get used to it.
Bess,
Well, it certainly feels that way. Maybe it's time to call this one a wrap.
I can't until John's back. I just need to keep my head on straight and try to keep the site in order.
That's exactly like this one part of Revenge of the Desert Queen. So everybody...
Is this going to be an anecdote where someone dies in a cursed tomb?
No,
Okay, continue.
I lied. It was. But I'll just keep it to myself.
I don't know what to make of this tour guide who appeared out of nowhere.
Is he cute?
Define cute.
Why is this never any fun with you? I have no girly friends.
Fine, yes, he's moderately cute. And he has an accent.
Now we're talking. Anyway, you've decided that this cute tour guide with an accent is a problem for some reason?
His story isn't adding up. If he's a tour guide, why would he show up at a site that might take years to open up to the public?
Maybe he's some sort of avant-garde tour guide. You know, way ahead of his time, like that jazz musician you made us see who only played awful notes.
I'm still sorry about that. In my defense, it was for a case.
And in his defense, there's nothing. Long-distance burn, jazz guy.
Jamila seems to be convinced that aliens built the pyramids.
Cool.
She thinks that this site has some sort of significance to aliens, and they'll be returning soon.
What for?
Who knows? The whole idea makes no sense to me.
I know it's unlikely, but I think if aliens ever came to Earth, I think they'd like me.
What? Why?
Dogs love me, kids love me. I just think we'd be pretty simpatico is all.
I can't tell if Jamila's being sincere or not.
Just brush past my theory, that's fine.
I'm sure they love you.
That's all I wanted to hear. Go with your instinct, Nancy. You're so good at noticing what people really mean when they speak. Maybe she's saying a little more than she intends to.
I still think Jamila is hiding something.
What's the story?
She says she's here because of the Anunnaki.
I think our connection is bad because it sounds like you said Anunnaki.
I did.
I still think it might be the phone, but continue.
They're the aliens she's into, but I can't figure out why she'd be here now.
Why don't you ask her?
I would, but there are 2 questions you'll never get a straight answer to. One is, are you lying?
And the other is, are you crazy?
I say that a lot, don't I?
You do, but to be fair, you do exceed the average person's daily allowance of interaction with crazy and or dishonest people.
I'll catch you later.
See ya!
Okay, light. What?
Flashlight's dead. I'll need to find another light source. It looks like someone was tampering with these wires.
Sabotage. Okay, well... luckily, did I go the right way? I think this is the right way. Yeah. Oh, there's Shamela now. She's over here. Okay. Luckily, I have oil, which if you don't know where this oil is...
A lamp! Great! I just need to find a way to get it working.
So you need oil. The oil's found by the water tank. Sometimes people get stuck there. And then you
I
light
wonder
it
if I could find a way to light the entire
with the
room.
lighter that we got from John's suitcase or trunk. And now we have one of these fun puzzles that I always seem to be very bad at. So, sorry. Sorry in advance. That's not right. Okay. Okay. Maybe yeah, here we go.
Let there be lamp!
Okay, great. Now I can see.
Okay, way too heavy. If I could make some sort of lever, I bet I could use that hole and open the coffin. Did that. What was that?
noise?
It sounds like it came from the entrance.
So much just happened. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to check that
Still
off.
have to do that.
Okay. Oh, there's this, but we also need something to fortify that. Okay, I'm gonna look at that later. Also, I'm
I
gonna
bet I could translate that.
translate this. This is important.
I bet I could translate that. That's not good. Now I have to know what the rest says.
Everyone who had been in this place, they are wretches. There is no remedy for them because I know their names. Beware, this is the taste of death. Darkness shall conceal them. And the rest is in code. So this is the... I know this is... Isn't this I? I feel like... Yeah, this is I. I remember that. Okay, I think this is N, if I remember correctly. So this is one. The one who... S? The one who... The seal... As for the one who... Agnes. That can't be good. Okay, as for the one who broke the seal, agonies of death await you.
That's not good.
Yeah, because Nancy broke the seal. So that's really not good. Okay, let's figure out what that crashing noise was.
Yes?
That was a close call with the scaffolding.
I've seen worse. 20 years ago, we were in a tomb, a minor site. A guide, much like your boy Dylan, kicked over a support beam and crash! It all came down. 7 of us, trapped under stones, big as automobiles.
What happened?
5 of us were eventually pulled out.
What happened to the other 2?
What do you think happened?
Do you think this has anything to do with the curse?
Does it matter?
What do you think of this tomb?
What are you getting at?
It's amazing! The amount of detail, the size. Well, someone really important must be buried here.
After 5,000 years of recorded history, that could be said about every hole in the ground.
But that's what you think, isn't it?
I don't leave the house for anything less than amazing.
So, it's safe to assume this is going to be a major find?
You tell me.
Who do you think is buried here?
No, I do not guess.
Who are you hoping to find here?
Who does everyone want to find? The Lost Queen.
Who is that?
Nefertari.
Why is she lost?
Over 100 years ago, they found her tomb. The most magnificent
I
of its
think I
kind.
was supposed to have this
But when they
conversation with him
opened
a
the
while ago.
tomb, do you know what they found?
Nothing?
They found 2 kneecaps. The queen was nowhere to be found.
Why's that?
Nobody knows. I say she was never there to begin with.
Do you have proof?
No. The people who had proof have been dead 100 times longer than they were ever alive. So they're not talking. We have to learn to think like they did. But it's not easy. Anyone who says different lies or is stupid.
Yeah, Nancy, we already know that this is Nefertari's tomb.
How did you get into archaeology?
I was a student, like Lily. I went out on a dig one day, and it was a very, very small tomb. Inside, nothing remarkable. Mummies, no hieroglyphs. But once I lowered myself down into the dark, dusty tomb, I felt a strange flutter in my chest, right here. And I do not know what overtook me, but I knew I had to push very hard on this wall. And it gave way. And you know what was there?
What?
I had opened the door thousands of years back in time. Ancient Egypt was down there. I have never again been the same.
Do you know Dylan?
I know of him.
You do? So he has a reputation?
He is a very popular guide, for whatever that is worth. I do not like guides. They distort history and turn the other way, as sticky-fingered tourists steal every bit of Egypt they can find.
That seems a little harsh.
Not harsh enough. Every tourist thinks, what will it hurt? I'll just take one small piece of the pyramids. And they come, by the millions they come. And bit by bit, they smuggle our history back in their luggage. They're worse than the museums.
Do you think international teams have stolen artifacts from Egypt?
No, I do not think. I know.
You don't seem very happy to have Dylan here.
Good. I'm glad you noticed. If this were my site, like it should be, he'd be out on the sand with his hat in his hand, trying to catch a ride back to Cairo. And he would never find one, because there is no street.
Why would Ramses go through all of the trouble to hide Nefertari away in a false tomb?
Nefertari was most dear to Ramses II. He built her the most beautiful tomb of all the queens. He even built for her a temple at Abu Simbel. Wherever he stood, she stood by him. He was very afraid she would not find him again in the afterlife. He wanted her hidden away for eternity, somewhere small and unremarkable where no one would think to look for her, until the time was right.
This is small and unremarkable?
For you and me, no. For Ramses II, this is a one-room flat in a bad part of town.
What will you do if we find Nefertari?
I will take her to see the world.
Well, she can't exactly see anything. She's dead.
I know she's dead. I'll let the world see her. I will teach everyone why she is important.
Doesn't the world already know that?
No, they don't look hard enough. They need me to show them.
Do you really care about teaching people or just about the exposure?
It has been a long time since someone has had the nerve to speak to me in that manner.
You didn't answer my question.
I won't. I won't answer any question in that tone. Not from you, not from the press, not from some American colleague. I have work to do. Leave me to it.
Do you believe in the curse?
Of course.
Really? Then aren't you worried about being here?
No. I am Abdullah Bakum. Curses have no power over me.
What makes you so sure of that?
I'm still alive. Many men cannot say the same thing. The true power of a curse, it lives here.
What do you mean by that?
The curse of Antifi warns, any man who enters my tomb, I will cast the fear of myself into him. I went into that tomb.
And?
And I knew the fear of Antifi. A curse, when it has you, is like a strange sickness, a fever, and it never goes away.
But I thought you didn't believe in curses.
No, I said curses have no effect on me. I am strong. Everyone else is a different story. Look at Lily and see what I mean.
I'll catch you later.
Goodbye.
Okay, so we can take one of these boards now. That will help to open the tomb.
Hello.
I'd better get going.
Bye.
No more conversations with her about Anunnaki, I guess. At least not right now. Okay.
It won't budge. Must be locked. I need to figure out what these symbols mean before I do anything.
Okay, well, I will start the next video off by translating these hieroglyphs.